People ask me, did I see Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury both coming in at a career high heavy? That is Deontay Wilder weighing 200 and I believe 34 pounds. And I believe Tyson Fury is like 270, 277. That's a lot of weight. But for both these guys, the weight gain only benefits Tyson Fury and not Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it was ill-advised for him to come in at a career heaviest, especially with a fight this important. I think Deontay Wilder should have focused on whatever his fighting weight is. Because although you gain weight because you feel like you don't want to be pushed around in the ring or whatever and whatnot, when you gain weight, you just don't gain weight for your opposition. That weight weighs in on you. So you're naturally heavier. So if the science is I'm putting on weight so I don't get moved around so easily, or so he can't lean on me and put his weight on me and have it affect me, that's actually, it does the opposite. See, you walking around with that weight and that career high weight, number one, that's weight that needs to be adjusted to. You need to wear that weight for a while. Now, if you're putting it on because you don't want to get moved around or don't want him leaning on you, number one, you just increase the weight because you yourself are naturally going to weigh more. So it's naturally going to be more taxing and fatiguing on you with you just carrying your own body weight. Now you add that new body weight that you got to your own frame on top of Tyson Fury adding his body weight, that's actually more weight. And being that Tyson Fury is taller than you, you can't stop him from leaning on you and putting his weight on you once you guys go to clinch. So you actually just made it harder. So I understand that their way to combat this was to, I don't know, do a lot of bench pressing, which once again is ill-advised and is backwards. You should have worked on those legs. That's what's going to keep you up. That's what bears the brunt of the weight. It's not really your upper body, it's your legs. But he put a lot of emphasis on upper body. Once again, his training team is severely ill-advised. Okay, so the weight gain only benefits Tyson Fury. Why? Because Tyson Fury is used to walking around heavy as hell. Now, obviously, Tyson Fury has weighed way more than 270 once we seen how fat he was. So his body, his legs and all that is conditioned to carry a whole bunch of weight. Okay, and no matter what weight he comes in at, it will always be better than the out of shape Fury. So he was walking around big as a blimp, out of shape, you know, so him coming in at 270, it's not going to mean anything to him because he's used to being even heavier than that. So the weight gain is only going to benefit Tyson Fury. Now, if your whole goal was to be able to withstand the weight that he's putting on you, once again, that has to do with your legs, but they did a whole lot of upper body. And the other thing is that only means Deontay Wilder is going to get fatigued faster. Now, he's already a flat-footed fighter, so he's going to be more cemented. Fury is agile. So what does this guarantee? This guarantees that Deontay Wilder has to go in there and floor it. But like I said before, he runs the risk of blowing his wad. Okay? He is going to burn out. He has 4 rounds to do whatever it is he's going to do. Now it's guaranteed with that new weight. All right? The more weight you got, the more muscle you got, the more oxygen it takes. And most of Deontay Wilder's weight is actually in his stomach. You know, and they talk about going to Tyson Fury's stomach because it's big and it's there to be hit, which is true. But you just widen up your frame for your stomach to get big and hit. So the weight wasn't even put on correctly. He's carrying most of his weight in his midsection. It's not in his upper body and it's not in his legs. So adding on weight and coming in at a career high heavy really only benefits Tyson Fury. It does not benefit Deontay Wilder, but he won't know that until he get into the fight. How his team doesn't know that, it's amazing how they don't know a lot of things. But adding weight to keep somebody from putting weight on you is, you know, that's not smart. Now, if you don't want to be pushed around, that's another thing. But you have to be the aggressor in coming forward and really try to walk through something. You're really not going to try to walk through something. Now, with this weight, you're going to try to box and go to the body. Once again, that's even more fatigue. Okay? Because you're walking around at your career highest, your career heaviest. And once again, Fury is mobile, even as a big guy. Deontay Wilder ain't mobile, even as a little guy. People talk about how athletic he is. He's really not athletic. Okay? Because as I said, athleticism has to do with coordination and balance to truly be athletic. Now, you could be strong and do some things, but that don't necessarily make you athletic. He's definitely not coordinated, and he definitely doesn't have no balance. To be athletic, you need one of those two major things right there, period. Any sports coach will tell you that in a heartbeat. So, when it comes to the weight, it really only benefits Tyson Fury, but it only guarantees that Deontay Wilder has to go in there and basically make a statement. Deontay Wilder has to go in there and impose himself. But that, in a way, will play right into what Fury wants. And I just see this, as of right now, it might be twice as brutal as the last fight. Yes, he could go in there and land a right hand. That don't mean it's going to put Fury out. He's already ate, six of them? 6 right hands from Wilder? He's still cool. So as far as the weight benefit goes, the weight benefit only benefits Tyson Fury. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.